The man who would not break. There are moments in life when everything you built begins to disappear. Your wealth, your comfort, your strength, the people and things you thought would always be there. And when everything around you begins to fall apart, one question remains. What is left when you have nothing left? Centuries ago, a servant of Allah faced a trial that became a lesson for generations. His name was Ayyub, peace be upon him. His story was not simply a story about suffering. It was a story about patience, about faith, and about what happens when everything around you changes, but your heart refuses to turn away from Allah. The Qur'an tells us that Ayyub was touched by adversity. His life had become a test of patience and faith. Yet even in his hardship, he turned toward his Lord. He did not pretend that he wasn't hurting. He did not deny his suffering, but he never lost hope in the mercy of Allah. And that is where the story of Ayyub truly begins.
The Qur'an tells us about Ayyub as a servant of Allah who was touched by adversity. He turned to his Lord and said, "I've been touched with adversity, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." That prayer is extraordinary because it is so simple. He did not deny his suffering. He did not pretend everything was fine. He acknowledged the pain, but he also remembered the mercy of Allah. That is where the strength of Ayyub's story begins. Because patience does not mean that you never feel pain. Patience means that pain does not destroy your relationship with your Creator. The Quran also mentions the suffering that afflicted Ayyub. Later Islamic explanations describe his trial as involving severe hardship, affecting his worldly life and health. But we have to be careful here. The Quran itself does not give us every detail that later stories sometimes repeat. What Allah gives us is more important. We are shown a servant who was tested, and a servant who continued turning toward his Lord. Imagine what that means. When life is comfortable, faith can feel easy. But when everything becomes difficult, the heart is tested. When the answer doesn't come immediately, when the pain continues, when nobody understands what you're going through, that is when patience becomes real. Ayyub's story teaches us that hardship is not proof that Allah has abandoned you. Sometimes the greatest test of a person is not whether he can survive difficulty, but whether he can remain faithful while going through it. Ayyub called upon Allah. He did not demand. He did not complain against his Lord. He simply turned toward him. The Quran records his words. "Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." There is something powerful about that prayer. He mentioned his hardship, but he ended with Allah's mercy. Pain was present, but hope was still greater. And perhaps that is something many of us forget. You can be exhausted and still have faith. You can be hurting and still have hope. You can be tired of your circumstances without becoming tired of turning to Allah. Then came the response. Allah tells us, "So we responded to him and removed his adversity." His hardship was not permanent. The same servant who had been tested was given relief. His family was restored to him, and Allah describes this as a mercy and a reminder for those who worship him. The lesson is not that every hardship will end exactly when we want it to. The lesson is deeper. A believer does not know when relief will come, but he knows who he can turn to while he waits. And that changes everything. In another passage, Allah describes Ayyub as patient, and then comes a beautiful description. How excellent a servant. Indeed, he was ever returning to Allah. That is the heart of the story. Not that Ayyub never suffered, not that his life was always easy, but that hardship did not pull him away from Allah. It brought him back to him, again and again. And perhaps that is what being unbroken really means. It doesn't mean you never fall. It doesn't mean you never cry. It doesn't mean you never become tired. It means that when life pushes you to your knees, you know where to turn. Maybe you're going through something right now that nobody knows about. Maybe you're carrying financial pressure. Maybe you're far away from the people you love. Maybe you're fighting a battle inside yourself. Maybe you've been making dua for something for a long time, and you're wondering when things will change. Remember Ayyub. Your hardship is not the end of your story. Your unanswered prayer is not proof that you have been forgotten, and your difficult season does not define your entire life. Keep turning back to Allah. Keep doing what is right. Keep your heart alive with hope. Because sometimes the strongest person is not the one who never suffers. It is the one who suffers and still refuses to lose faith. Ayyub's story reminds us of something simple. You can lose almost everything without losing the one thing that matters most, your connection with Allah. So if life is testing you right now, be patient. Keep going, keep praying. And remember, you may be wounded, you may be tired, but you are not finished. This is the Unbroken, stories of faith, courage, and resilience. The Quranic portions used as the foundation here are 21:83, 84, and 38:41-44.